God, it's Tuesday, full of a seat, talking Commanders football, drinking our whiskey neat. First Amendment sports, Ken, Kevin, and Tim. Don't muff it up, fellas, hail to the Redskins. Thank God it's Tuesday. Thank God it's Tuesday. Thank God it's Tuesday, here on First Amendment Sports.
Welcome to Tuesday night. Thank you for hanging out with us. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'm Ken Meringolo, and he is Kevin Ricca.
And happy Tuesday, and may the road they call Minnesota Avenue rise up to meet you.
Aaron go, brah. Tuesday night, I want to say special thank you to J-Dubs, Greg Martin, Ken Harris, TR. I'm guessing we'll get some people from over the pond who have also been doing some St. Patty's Day celebration. We are celebrating. It's definitely like a different. I mean, let's just get right into what's great about the Redskins on Tuesday night is their haul. The free agent haul ended up being pretty darn good. I mean, I don't know how else to say. Like, it was like so incredibly solid, and obviously it'll be graded between the whistles on Sundays. Sure. But the mission was get younger. Simple math.
Did that by 42 years.
I mean, and get faster and bring in talent, and then address. So free agency, like it can't be like you're drafting number 10. And you're just gonna have to take the best player that falls to you. Like free agency, you have to be aggressive and you have to go after guys. We were aggressive. We went after guys, but at the end of the day, the number one issue that we could not leave free agency without addressing with all our monies, still have a lot of, was edge. And we talked about him last week. He is the the crown jewel of the class.
He is.
He's gonna be
of Adam Peters' career here.
That's right.
I mean, that's his biggest move. That's the most that he's dropped down. That's what he's resting his reputation. He's staking it on this guy.
That is putting a ring on it.
And I love it. That it absolutely is. But look, we went from having the shittiest edge unit in the NFL to one of the better ones on paper, that's athletically.
Right. Until Sunday.
Exactly. And I'm not going to get ahead of it, but it's fun to be excited about this group based on their level of athleticism. They're twitched up. They're long. They're lean. We have five guys on our defense. 4 we just brought in. 5 different guys that have multiple sack playoff games. That's insane. You look at that, and it says Dorrance Armstrong did it versus Detroit with us. Clavon Chasen did it last year in the same damn game that Odafe Oweh did it. So if those two guys, if you're watching that playoff game last year and you're one of us and you're thinking, man, we sure could use guys like that. Well, damn, we just got 2 of them right there. Yep. And I can't say enough about the pickup. I loved Chasen. The 1-year deal is beautiful. Let's see what happens. And I can't say enough about Amenahu. Like, you're talking about young, length, and speed. And the cool thing is our guy Nick Cross, who we've covered since he was in high school, a 4.36 cat. These guys are all burners at their spots. These guys are all freakishly twitched up at their spots, and every single one of them in their press conference mentioned their versatility. Every single effing one of them mentioned their versatility. They are all capable of playing multiple spots. And look at those 2 teammates from the 22 draft class and the 21 Terps.
I know the guy on the left, we call it a very big game of his in high school, but the two DeMatha guys and
no, just one DeMatha guy, two
Maryland Terrapins guys. Sorry.
Two Terps. Yes.
Two guys that we from the area rooted hard for because they were from here in some way, shape, or form. But this is, if we go back to this graphic that I had, so there's your Oweh, $96 million. We're calling it a $100 million deal. It's not quite that. I don't believe he's signed a $100 million player yet, technically. But Chigi Okonkwo is our number 2 value guy. 3 years, $27 million. And if you look at it like what it is that we laid out in terms of average annual value and total overall value, those top 3 spots, edge rusher, tight end, and middle linebacker, you couldn't really ask for. We believe that those needs capital N have been meaningfully addressed with these players specifically. But it remains to be seen. But that's a big deal, and we didn't have to get nutty. We were engaged in the nuttiness with the Alec Pierces and the Linderbaums.
We were driving prices up all over the place. But I will say, talking about Chig, it's so exciting. We all know that we relied upon the tight end as a post up guy. He didn't have a lot of juice. Ertz was not a 94 feet rim running above the rim player. Chig he's a blur. He can fly. He's so cool in the passing game. And I'm not saying he's the world's greatest blocker, but he's adequate and he's getting better. This is a guy who played for 3 different head coaches and 3 different offensive coordinators in the last 4 years in his rookie contract. Still produced. But forget about that. The quarterbacks that he played for, Cam Ward, Ryan Tannehill, Will Levis, Mason Rudolph, Malik Willis, and Joshua Dobbs. Bro, he has had no chance yet to show the world what he's capable of. This is one of the most exciting picks and pickups that we've made. This guy in our offense with Jaden Daniels, not those 6 turds, with an offensive game plan. And I know this will be his 4th offensive coordinator in 5 years, which is nuts. But Jaden Daniels should take some of the early part of the rust off of that with his ability to throw the ball. He's so thrilling to watch because the first guy never tackles him. He's one of these effort dudes that he's just going to be a fan favorite.
And he is as
he was as a Terp.
Move tight end.
I get it.
Without a doubt.
No doubt about the fact that he's the move. When do you see him move? He can scoot. He's got moves.
And everyone's going to get all a little bit butthurt about Ben Sinnott. What does that mean for him? We really wanted to. This opens the field up for Ben Sinnott. I mean, he's going to be on the field a lot because we're going to have tight end after tight end after tight end on the field. We're going to be having 2 and 3 tight ends on a regular basis. After you guard Terry McLaurin, after you guard Okonkwo, after you guard
the player
whoever,
to be named later from San Francisco. Those guys are being such San Francisco rice treats.
By the way, thank you so much to the 49ers organization. Every day, it's like basically it's like a $500,000 a day. Something stupid. Like they're costing him all that money. It's not like we're saving it for him.
Is the Players Association ever going to get involved, or are they just going to allow this to? Whatever it is, at some point they have to relent, and at that point, but we got to get someone else too. I don't give a damn.
We got to get someone else too.
I get it. De'Ami Brown, Van Jefferson, nice depth pickups, and look, I liked having De'Ami here and having him run down the field, but he's not just a high production guy. He's on the back end of the room, and that's fine. And Van Jefferson.
And Van. By the way, you look at this. So, you kind of go down all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 1-year guys. Chris Paul is apparently signed for 0 years at $0. We'll fix that at Spot Track. By the way, we love Spot Track. And
yes, I do too.
So that's 25, 32 million plus. That's coming right back off the cap next year, plus obviously what all the other shenanigans that go down. So that's a decent amount of space, and those players. Chase Don's gonna hopefully be an impact player, but all the rest of them, if they just have good games, when they're asked to step up, like even like Ben Sinnott, when the ball does go to him, we need his second roundness to click in and catch that ball and get a few. What was he, a third? Someone the other day was trying to convince me it was the second.
We need his second roundness regardless.
Yes.
Doesn't matter when
it was either
drafted.
way, but that's what I meant. Like
I just thought everyone was drafted in the 3rd round that year. I have everyone drafted in that round. Anyways, I think Sinnott might have been.
Well, they'll correct me on the board.
Sinnott is half and half. Look, if
we need him to come through when the time comes. He just has to. He has to get he has to catch 90+% of the balls thrown his way. He can't afford to drop anything.
He's not gonna, and he was a pass catcher coming out. He's become a way better blocker. And the idea that Bates is the blocker, Chig is the move, that allows him to be the hybrid, and that's a great role for a guy that can do both. And I like that. And Sinnott can be part of the imagination in this run-pass scenario that's going to be tied up to each other in a way more important factor for tight ends from under center. I mean, that's just a gigantic deal. You heard Laramie Tunsil talking about it. I thought it was super cool. Him saying how much he prefers being under center and how much it helps the offensive line in the run game. And when you tie it into the play action, he is thrilled. It's something that he thinks suits him and his skill set and this offensive line. And, man, more leadership out of him, just chiming in, loving the Chris Paul pickup, talking about having everyone down to Auburn, to his place. for a week of training, getting under the belt, just working out together. And he did that last year with Connerly and some of the guys. I'm really digging this Laramie Tunsil guy and what he's been doing off the field, because you and I said that he wasn't going to do it. It makes me even happier that he's proving us wrong and getting it done.
He's proving us right.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, like think about this. The Washington Commanders / Redskins / football team, the splashiest splashers in free agency historically over the last 20 years. Not good splash, bad splash. Made somebody the highest paid player at their position, and a lot of them. It is not even like it's not even a story. Like we're not talking about it at all, because first of all,
12th. He's 12th.
He's 12th in the league
at edge.
No. I'm talking about Laramie Tunsil.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, what I was saying was, like, oh, wait, that wasn't a huge splash. He's 12th highest paid in the league. Sorry,
I was just saying, because of what we, like, at any other time when we have made someone, like, because Laramie Tunsil, I believe, he's not the highest paid left tackle.
I think he is he?
I think, like, by a hair.
Yeah, I think he is now. I think we said he's the highest paid. He deserves to be. And
he deserved to be, and it's not like a crazy story. We've made we've made so many guys. Adam Archuleta comes to mind.
That was the first thing that popped in my mind.
We've made guys the highest paid at their position. I'm sure we did with Hainsworth as well at the time, and I'm sure we did with Stubblefield.
Of course we did.
So I love that it's not a huge story. It's not a headline. It's great in that regard. It's like a perfect use of an expanding cap to lock down a position with a player with that level of talent. I mean, you just can't. I mean, you just can't underestimate, undersell like the value of a don't sweat it left tackle for the next 3 years. That's crazy good. I mean, that you can't do anything without that guy. You can't do anything great without that.
I agree.
And so I love that we're doing like the good, like right and good things, and those things aren't making like national headlines, first of all, and second of all, it's not something we're spending too much time over. And that's the best part about it. Like we haven't spent too much time over Laramie Tunsil. We just made him the highest paid left tackle, and we're going to continue to not spend a lot of time on Laramie Tunsil on a going forward basis. Yeah. That's awesome. Because he might be the best player on our team.
I think so. Aside from number 5, in my opinion, but we didn't get a lot of 5 last year, so he was the best. He was the best player on our team last year. There's no doubt about it.
Yep,
offensively,
right.
I think it was clear.
Yeah.
You can't name anyone on our defense, so I think offensively it was him. But so we made him the highest paid left tackle in the league, took care of him, did what we were supposed to do after trading for a second or fourth, handled that situation like pros. He's handling it like a pro. Yeah. That shit's working out. Let's make sure some of the defensive stuff works out. And let's not get ahead of ourselves, but it's super exciting to think about it all. And
one more time.
And yeah, I mean, put it up there. And also just the winning. Like, I know we love our guy, Leo Chenal. He's 9-1 in the playoffs. He's played, aside from last year, in every Super Bowl that he's been out there. He lost in the last one, but he won the previous 9 straight playoff games. In Super Bowl games, he's got 16 tackles. He's got 3 tackles for a loss, a forced fumble. I mean, this is a dude that produced at that level.
And he satisfies all like the only things that you have control over, really, in free agency are, is he younger? Do you want to get younger? Okay, is he younger? Like, okay. You can't do anything about it. Is he bigger and stronger? Is he faster? I mean, these are things.
Is he cute?
Is he exactly turn-ons, turn-offs, all of it. But you can't just take a random gamble. You can't bring in like if someone was like, oh, we're going to sign Kobe Dean, and you're just like, wait, what? Like, hold on, you're telling me that? I understand he had a great year in Georgia or whatever, and blah blah blah. But you don't force a turd down my mouth and call it
down your mouth
chicken parm.
People are just forcing turds.
Yeah. So Leo Chenal he's comes in. He's a heavyweight boxer, and he can run side to side. We're not going to ask him to cover more than you would ask someone, but he's capable.
Great at coverage.
He's fine at it.
He's great at it.
But he's going to destroy the line of scrimmage.
Oh, he's going to be everywhere. Can't wait to watch him be everywhere. And Charles Omenihu, 14 playoff starts, 5.5 sacks, and 4 forced fumbles in his 14 playoff starts. Like, these are guys that want to run around and
Interestingly, he has no guaranteed money. I'm keeping this up here because I want to look at some of that.
I do believe that this hasn't been determined yet because Nick Cross has no guaranteed money. I just think they say 0 before.
It says Nick Cross got 6 guaranteed.
It did?
Yeah.
That popped up today?
Yeah.
All right, so that populated overnight. That's what I'm saying.
I love this because this tells a tale. So you talk about Chazon, you talk about how you're going to get a guy of his talent for a 1-year deal. It's because you're going to freaking guarantee it. Then I look at it, I'm like, okay, so he had signed an $11 million deal. 10.3 guaranteed.
Yes.
If I'm the Commanders, I'm like, hey, listen, do you think you could just like spare, like chop off like 700 grand? Like, can you just give me 700 grand just in case money? And Chazon's agent was like, oh, for God's sake, fine.
I mean,
like we saved $700,000 only of guaranteed money. Like if everything, if the worst case scenario happens, some guy in the office is going to be like, I made us $700,000 this year.
Told you I was gonna.
You guys, we had to do it. Then I look at Van Jefferson and Jerome Ford specifically, not just also Chris Paul, but those guys who have 1-year deals for no money. And I believe part of this is there's like, I think they're all waiting. I think they are officially on scholarship, but it's not a full scholarship.
No, it's definitely room and board.
They're paying room and board.
Yes.
No, well, they're getting books.
Yes.
Maybe a Taco Bell stipend.
5 meals a week.
5 meals a week. And then by the way, they're living together. Like this, they're in on-campus dorm. I don't know exactly what's going on. They're waiting to find out what the answer to the question of how little can we actually pay you this season, and that's what it's going to be, and it won't be guaranteed. But the thing about Van Jefferson, I think he's going to be in his age 30 season, so he doesn't tilt the boner forward. But he's fast.
Yeah, but he's the blue pill of that receiver room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He knows how to get himself ready when the time is near there, and he can teach everyone how to overcome those ups and downs.
I love that Jerome Ford is in the mix in the summer. I have no idea what's going to happen in September, but he is like I always have to have some stupid like forward-looking thing.
The Ford Mustang drop top.
The Ford Mustang.
That's what we're calling this.
This is a Ford Mustang drop top. I think Jerome Ford is going to be super fun to watch this summer for a variety of reasons, but I also think he's going to make himself some money for either us or someone else. I love when he's played. Now again, like this, he isn't. I've just had great moments watching him when he comes on the field. Like, who the F is that guy for Cleveland? Which no one cares about.
And I was like, where the F is that guy for Cleveland last year? I was like, I remember that guy from 2 years ago, Ken, because you know the names of the other teams' guys better than I do, because you're a fantasy junkie.
They had that Ernest Jones came in, I believe, for them.
They had the 2 rookies took all of his carries last year. I was like, dude, this guy was a savage 2 years. Yes, I get it.
And with Dylan Sampson,
they both got all his carries.
Yeah,
and that's fine. But like, I know it was good for us
because
he was kind of a slasher, and he's got some juice, and he's got a little burly to him. The way he runs, not so much his stature. I mean, he's 210.
You have to manage a football team that way.
Yeah, if you have a bit of a bruiser.
If you the bigger and bruisier, like Judkins especially is a bruiser, and he's a starter. Like if he's in the room, he's your starting running back. He's the special one of the group. Dylan Sampson, they just drafted. You're going to make yourself look real smart if you give him a bunch of targets.
He's a guy that you and I really liked for us last year. So, I understand that as well.
So, that's just the way running backs work. Jerry Ford back in the district. Ken Harris, I love it. Van Wilder Jefferson, let me put some of this stuff up. Van is still on scholarship, but I'm telling you, he is like he doesn't have long distance. He does not have any long distance plan. That's a fact. He has to put in a code.
No, I hate that PIN number.
If he wants to call home, he's typing a code, and they're being like, "Yo,
that cost me thousands of dollars." Those PIN numbers.
You will be getting letters for years from our long distance desk, being like, "You owe $87, sir."
Damn it!
And we know you rented Tropic of Cancer.
It wasn't me. Look, the guy looked just like me. What did Rashard White get? Did you show me that?
Yeah, let's put it back
just
up.
Real quick, because
the ASU guy, Rashad, where is he? There he is. He got a 1-year, $2 million deal. They guaranteed 1.7. Again, some guy was like,
right,
300,000.
But there's going to be some, ability to make a few more bucks. I think he can get up to 4 in incentives.
Okay.
Whatever. I know that we picked up Rashard White, who I think is a way better fit for us. And I know there's some Chris Rodriguez lovers, and I'm a liker of Chris Rodriguez, and he was a good player for us.
Yep.
He got 2 years, $12 million in Jacksonville.
I love that.
And we get Rashard White for 1/3. Like, I just the economics of the running back room right there, right, just that move right there. I was very thrilled with, because shit, I think we got the longer end of the stick there. That's all.
And make no mistake, none of this has anything to do with our decision on Jeremiah Love.
Oh, absolutely zero. For better or for worse.
For the same reason why Quinn Judkins pushed Jerome Ford out of
Cleveland.
No,
you can't have one guy in a second year of a rookie contract and 3 other 1-year contracts and be like, you know what? We're good on a running back.
We're going with this guy.
Now, we have other spots. Obviously, cornerback we're not good on. We got to get some more.
So let's look at this for a second. I know people would rather see this screen than our faces. So here we are, face to face, a couple of silver spoons, obviously, hoping to find we're two of a kind, making it strong, making it wrong together. The whole scenario here with our free agent class, like I said, it doesn't keep you from drafting what we believe is the best player in the draft if you want to. But given who we did sign, what position this week are you way more comfortable with drafting or letting it go in the draft? Which position this week are you considering more than you were last week because of who we picked up?
I would say, does it have to be by position? It can be a guy. I know.
No, it has to be. It has to be position. Just a position.
All right. Well, then
I can go first too.
Go first.
I'm going to say corner.
Yeah. I
let the easy one for you.
That's well done. That's well done. That certainly opens up that conversation. Certainly gets the gas pedal to the floor.
Yeah.
Versus what it previously would have at the cornerback spot, because I don't think there's anyone on the board here. You guys tell me if I'm wrong about you, that doesn't think we could use another dude at cornerback. I mean, I like these three, but one dude in that draft,
and not just
a difference maker guy.
Another dude, but like we at number 7, let's just
A
for
starter.
shits and gigs, let's say we're not taking Jeremiah Love, and I say cornerback becomes because we got what I believe is one A or 1B of the free agent pass rushers in free agency, and got Chazon and shored up middle linebacker, and did so many things to bring in just a little bit more youth, length, and speed.
Ooh, we're gonna be blurry on defense.
Mansour Delane, we have the ability at number 7 to draft the best player.
Mansur or Monsur?
Mansur. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I know
I'm going to call it the opposite thing you do.
Delane. It's Delane though, right?
Delon.
It's Delon.
Like Fahim.
Fahim Delon.
Delon.
Yeah. We covered his brother at Good Counsel. And by the way, I don't. Mansour being drafted in the top of the first round by somebody means he's pretty damn good and currently gets the title of best Delon. But Fahim's coming. Everybody. He's coming. Just all I'm saying.
He's a good Delon too.
Mansour still gets the big piece of
Delon
turkey at Thanksgiving.
No, it's true.
Fahim is coming. So the ability to bring in the best corner in the draft, that is a big deal. Now, I'm not, and if it happened, I can honestly tell you, I would be psyched. It's a position you have to have like elite talent at to be good, in your defensive backfield. You have to be fast. You have to be good. You have to have like upper end dudes to be great. And the only place you can get them without paying hundreds of millions of dollars is at the top of the first round. So if you get and you hit it right, and you don't do the Forbes over Gonzalez, hey, listen, we did it. But if we didn't do it, if we didn't do that this time, I mean that's just crazy. But we don't need to go there.
Sorry, Gonzalez.
It happened.
I was all Forbesy in this.
If you bring in the number 1, just the same way we feel about Caleb Downs, if you bring in a guy who's the best at his position in the draft, you're probably going to be happy about it. You're probably going to think you made a good decision, and I think we should be prepared to welcome guys like Delon to the team if we were to draft him. That's all.
I mean, for God's sake, that'd be a huge addition. That's the cool part about the draft. I think the way we've set ourselves up, we go get who we go get. We're going to go get some guys. We're not worried about who's where. And I don't think we're going to get a left tackle. I don't think we're going to be blind to it. Right tackle.
By the way, I thought about that for a second. I was like, because
later in the draft we can.
If you just were like, you know what, our starting 5 is 3 legit college left tackles in the including Tunzel, who's also a legit NFL left tackle. But if you just say we're going to throw out these 3 beasts and deploy them all, obviously you're not going to do that. But that's someone's going to do it. Someone's just like we did it on defense. We had 4 first-round picks on our defensive line. 3, at least 3.
We do now.
And we do now.
We do now today. We're back at it. We just re-upped on our all.
It happens.
We have 4 D linemen that were number 1 picks, which is pretty badass. But yeah,
other than corner, and
I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's not because I feel it. In fact, I've railed against it.
I
but
know.
it's that wide receiver position, Ken.
The same words for corner you would say for wide receiver.
I just, the room has some experience and depth in
Is
it
Cardinal
now,
that good?
but I don't know, and I don't
know.
But if they believe he is, in theory, I adore the thought of a young number 1 paired with our number 5 for the next 3 years, alongside Terry McLaurin, and everyone's healthy and happy, and we got a tight end running around like a maniac, and our other receivers are going crazy, and Bill and Jeremiah are just killing it. But I mean, let's not get ahead of myself. I don't know that I want that. I'd prefer Sonny Styles in this defense all day. So I was going to say him individually, because I know what he can do on the edge, and I know what he can do on the inside. I know what he could do for this defense, and that is a shit ton. And at the edge, guys, we have a bunch of dudes on 1-year contracts. So that would be the other spot I was shading towards.
I mean, let's with just putting more in there. By the way, I'm looking at cap space going forward, because the part of my argument of not doing wide receiver in the in this draft is because next year's draft is supposed to be. But I also at some point you do have to like buy in just a little bit to like draft Knicks in 2026. There's a reason why everyone's pointing to next year's draft class. There's a very good reason. I'm telling you, it's going to be fun. The draft is going to be awesome. Look at today. Jalen Waddle cost a fortune. I don't believe any 2027 draft picks were involved in that deal. No one's given up like good 2027 draft capital right now. All the positions are deep. Wide receiver is one of them. I don't know if like Adam Peters, if he can get a Brandon Ayuk to come in for this year and find out what he can get for multiple years out of a guy like that potentially.
Well, that's the idea. Let's find that out.
Let's find that out. And
let's find out about him. Let's not give him, and we're not going to hand him the keys to the number 2. No one's saying that. You don't just, even if they have enough confidence in him to bring him in the building, that's enough right there. Not to hand him the keys to number 2. He's got to earn that. This is a prove it for a reason. Yeah. Freaking prove it, bro. And it's not just on the field. Prove it off the field. Yep. Prove that you're the guy. Show up with Jaden first in, last out. Do all the shit right for a year or so. And I think he could be a productive guy, but definitely no way Adam Peters is dumb enough to think that just getting him means that we don't need another guy. No. We do need another guy.
And here's the cool thing about Terry McLaurin. And I've been thinking about this a lot today, because you get your hands on players that are good in the league, and they're good in the league for as long as they play. Like I'm thinking specifically, I'm not saying Terry McLaurin is Mike Evans, but I'm thinking about guys like Mike Evans, who year in and year, I mean, who would have thought? I mean, Terry is like Mike Evans light. You know, he's got whatever 6 seasons with 1,000 yards or whatever that was. So, but he's 32. It's a restructure scenario at the end of next season. I can't think. I know that he could possibly make a couple extra bucks in an. He's going to get 23 or $24 million, and his age is 32 and 33 seasons after next season, which when he's 31.
Yeah, he's got 3 more technically.
So I mean, I don't think there's a place where he would rather be if we do this right. Like if this offense works, if Jaden Daniels continues to show that he is the guy, like a guy like Terry McLaurin, why would he at age after dealing with the worst bullshit ever, that like in professional sports, dealing with what was going on here when he first got here sucks.
He was the shining star.
Yeah, and he's going to stack stats. As long as he's in this offense, he's going to stack stats. And by the way, because also
Blau's talking about 10 targets a game,
easily 10 targets a game, and that's like on a going forward basis.
Amon-Ra had like 9.
Yeah,
so it's 8.9, I think. It's 24.
He's the kind of player who could put up crazy career numbers by staying with Jaden Daniels. For us, it's a no-brainer. $23-24 million a year. In a couple of years, that's going to be the going rate for your number 2 wide receiver anyway.
Right.
So,
and we need one. And if we want to be like this Detroit offense, we have to have that person. And we also have to have that person at running back, because between Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery in 2024, they had 3,000 yards of offense between the two. Yep. And obviously, they caught the shit out of the ball, both of them, mostly Gibbs, and they ran the hell out of it. Between those two players, they were responsible for 3,000 offensive yards.
Yep.
I mean, you got to be kidding me. We don't have that in our running back room right now.
Nope. We don't
do
have
not.
we don't, well
we don't have Jameson and freaking Amon-Ra in our receiving group right now.
Jameson and
So, those are two spots that
Tim
we
Patrick was good
need,
there for a second.
and we got plenty of time.
Yep.
And now everyone's throwing the trade rumors out there. Is there a possibility? I don't know if
About
there's
which one?
anyone we can trade. I mean, the only guys we could possibly think of trading, like popped into your head, would be
Payne.
Dorrance, maybe.
Oh, I would trade Dorrance in a heartbeat. No offense to Dorrance, but
no, but I'm just saying
1 year left on a.
They both have 1 year left, and you could sign.
I'd rather
them to
keep Payne than Dorrance.
I mean, I just don't know how Dorrance fits, but I like Dorrance.
I don't.
Dorrance seems
listen,
nice.
the only you're talking about for a guy like Brian Thomas Jr.
Exactly, or well,
don't say Brandon Ayuk.
No, I'm not trading anything for.
We're
Ayuk.
we're not buying the John Lynch. We think we can trade Brandon Ayuk.
First of all,
we're keeping it for his trade value.
I'm not trading anything for Ayuk.
Good.
Like someone even said,
his contract is
Ricca. You wouldn't let Luke for Ayuk, and I was like, well, I would not do it. Maybe.
Luke for Ayuk.
San Fran really wants something. Let's do some brotherly love.
They already got everything. They already got us.
That's the natural thought because his brother. But how much longer is his brother going to be there for anyway? So,
well, all I'm saying is the Terry McLaurin story here has some awesome positive. Everyone everyone thinks that after this season he's gone, and I don't buy that in a heartbeat.
No, I don't either.
Unless he wants to, unless someone's willing to pay him some crazy number, and
the door is open for a lot of options. How about that? If he has a shitty season and he's injured, the door's open for us to make a move. If he has a great season, the door's open for us to restructure. There's so many different options because we ran out of time last year and screwed ourselves and screwed Terry and made a mess of it. We did not do that with Laramie. And that's all I have on that topic.
By the way, even if he didn't restructure, he would still. I mean, he's just straight up under contract for us for another 3 years.
On a 1 year, prove it.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about Terry.
Well, me too. Prove that you're not going to be injured after your 30 season. I'm not saying I believe and love Terry. I'm not on that side of the coin. Point is, that's what all the people on the other side of the coin from myself and yourself were saying. Mm-hmm. So, all right, well, you got to go out there and do it. And it is a prove it league, regardless. It's a year by year prove it league, however you want to describe it. So,
last night I watched 2024, week 8, I believe, week 8. Monday night, was it Monday night? No, Sunday night game. Washington, Chicago, the Hail Mary game to Noah Brown. I was at the game, so I justified watching it because I forget watching it on TV. But watching the game, and obviously stupid stuff happened that makes me frustrated. Like I was watching and getting frustrated. The Terry McLaurin connection with Jaden Daniels, I mean, he kind of went over the 100-yard mark late in the third quarter, early fourth quarter, and then he kept making
contested snags,
but also like finding a spot where no one else could be, and Jaden Daniels would throw it there, like an inch off the ground. I think one actually shouldn't have been a catch, but the connection, I like the connection between a wide receiver and a quarterback. So Terry McLaurin will be the best longest term top tier player that Jaden Daniels has played with because Terry McLaurin was there in year one, and Jaden Daniels is by far the best quarterback that Terry McLaurin will have ever played with, here and otherwise. I don't know what that's worth money wise. In contract, if you could just say who's going to be willing to pay me $30+ million a year for 2 years, because I'm Terry McLaurin.
Nobody. They already proved that.
Well, I'm saying next off season if the market goes crazy. No.
Well, I don't see that.
I think
the market for a 31-year-old did not go crazy. Steph Diggs is looking around right now like, oh man, I might be a Hall of Famer.
I think Trey Hendrickson.
I'm also a gigantic butt cheek, so he can't be here.
He's available too.
No, but listen.
So
he can't. I don't think he can be.
So obviously we're not going to trade for Brandon Ayuk. Everyone on the board, don't worry. That was not a suggestion. But but the idea of trading between trading Dorrance and anyone else, I'm just saying you have to be willing to give up something of value to get anything of value back. So if we're going to do some kind of pick swap because we have a high round pick in a few rounds, which is worth something, that's the best. Plus a guy like Dorrance Armstrong to bring in a BTJ. Oh my gosh. I'm not blinking at all.
I'm not either. And I was just using it for conversational purposes because
then you take Arvell Reese at number 7 because everyone says he's going to follow us. And you're like,
everyone's full
screw
of shit.
you guys.
Everyone's full of shit.
There's no way Styles is available at number 12 or 13 or wherever someone's saying he's going. Like, for God's sake, we're not getting Bailey, Styles, or Reese. And if they're at number 7 and we were able to trade Dorrance Armstrong, Adam Peters will look like his face they'll begin chiseling it on granite.
Well, here's the deal. I don't know what receiver to say to you because they're chiseling granite so loudly I can't think straight. But Adam Peters with Laramie Tunsil pulled that trade deal out of the clear blue sky directly out of his ass. And none of us ever saw any of that coming at any level. And I know way higher level, way more draft picks. I'm not talking about that, but a pick coupled with a quality starter in the final year of a contract could look very, very good to a team.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about. It's
By the
not going
way,
to be AJ Brown or some shit. I'm talking about no.
By the way, even if it was, I don't want. But I'm just saying, like we needed that level of talent injected. I mean, I don't know what his contract is. I haven't even considered that would be an option.
Money is
for us.
no issue. I love saying this, but money is no issue.
We have it to light on fire at the very moment.
We got that cheese. I love it. We're
I mean, they're making like they're grinding. They're making $100 bill smoothies in Redskins Park right now. I believe is what they still call it. Greg, queue up. So tonight we're gonna mix in a few St. Patrick's Day games. Greg, throw in the first one. I know we're bracket style, NCAA themed in
Let's
terms
go.
of how it goes. It's gonna
Madness,
be
brackets,
8th day, and we're
St.
gonna
Patty's.
so we got a I know we have a couple different themes. So I was gonna say I believe there's a free agency theme one or a draft theme one, whatever that is. Go the football one first. And let's do that. So Kevin, I just think that the haul we got between because last week we did Chanel, Settle, Robertson, Mariota, and Owe. That's 5 guys. Since then, we got all the other guys, Chigi, Nick, specifically those 2 guys. Omenihu.
Omenihu, is that how you say it?
Omenihu, all these guys right here on the screen.
Yeah. No,
Van Jefferson and Jerome Ford. They're on they got an academic scholarship. I think they got a band scholarship. Van Jefferson and Jerome Ford got a band scholarship, but they're going to be allowed to suit up at some point. Maybe the coach did promise Jerome Ford or like a Rudy type promise when we recruited him. You will dress for one game before you graduate. That's what he told Jerome Ford. So I think we will see Jerome Ford as a result of that. Even if Dan Quinn is gone, keep that in mind. Jerome Ford was promised the chance to dress for one game.
Okay.
I don't know when I became such a Notre Dame guy
because
I'm not even a Notre Dame Loyola Greyhounds. Obviously.
No,
Go ahead. What do you got? Oh, we got. Oh, let me put it on the screen for you. Okay. You can only consume one of these on St. Patrick's Day. First vote from the board breaks tie. 8 entry bracket. Irish Car Bomb versus Irish Coffee. I love them both, but we love Irish coffees in this house, I believe.
We do,
yeah.
Except for one problem. On St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
You can only have one Irish coffee, maybe 2, or else you have a stronger constitution than I.
Yep.
Also, I can do a handful of car bombs. Also, I can do a car bomb, I believe, with the quickness. I believe there's people that can tie me. Yeah. Of course, because you can't just be an arrogant. But as fast as you can turn it up, because it's not carbonated. If it was carbonated, Vesuvius.
You're like,
but I love a car bomb, and I can do. How do you say a bunch of them in Irish? That many.
Plethora.
Yes. So
plethora.
So I can do an plethora. Plethora of car bombs. And I can only do 1 or 2 coffees. They're both tremendously delicious, but I vote car bomb. So we're gonna need the board.
They're tremendously delicious. All right. Here's some more matchups for you. Irish soda bread versus potatoes and cabbage. I had potatoes and cabbage today. It was fine. Just because I love mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes are so great. Irish soda bread. I have it one day a year. If I have it that year.
Legitimately, it's for the birds.
I'm not a bit.
I throw the soda bread to the birds. I try to like it.
I'm going potatoes and cabbage.
I want to like it. I'm all day potatoes and cabbage.
By the way,
enjoy potatoes and cabbage.
I've never had potatoes and cabbage before until I had it today.
Wow.
Is that crazy?
That's very weird. I mean, I know your last name, but so does mine.
Yeah.
Ends in a vowel. But O'Neill, my middle name begins in one.
Yeah.
So My half-ass Irish.
I thought you were sponsored
by the way,
by
I'm
them.
so half Irish that my half birthday is today.
It is your
My birthday is
Hey,
September
happy-
17th.
happy
My half Irish.
birthday.
I mean, my uncles always celebrated it, so why wouldn't I?
That's-
They would
that's-
celebrate my birthday.
By the way, that's
at
so
the party.
Irish of you.
It was very Irish.
That's so Irish.
And my godson, most young men born on St. Patty's are stuck with the nickname Patty forever, regardless of your first name.
But you're only half
My godson
Patty.
Charlie Jackson turned 6 today.
Happy birthday, Patty.
Charlie. We can't say Patty because unless you want to fight my sister, and I don't.
I don't.
All right. Well, you shouldn't have said that because now you're in trouble.
Nope.
And you haven't responded to her party this weekend, so
You know,
you might be in the wrong
way,
corner.
No.
She's
I
a
would take care of that.
pugilist. She's a pugilist
She
after
is.
about 8 Guinness, and she's got heavy hands. So good luck.
I'm the worst. You know what? I take no. I make no excuse.
All right.
for how
Let me
terrible
answer
I
the
am.
next one. Cabbage and corned beef versus green bagel beer versus Guinness. It's a 3-way.
Corned beef and cabbage.
Oh, it was
corned beef versus
4-way.
green bagel, green beer versus Guinness. All right, so this is
Got
corned
it.
beef versus green bagel. I think it's just bagels with these bagels are just with green
That's ridiculous.
food coloring,
I'm
right?
a corned beef guy, and I'm not food coloring. I'm not getting green dye number 5 all up in my bagel.
I had corned beef today. It was good.
I love corned beef
It
a
was
couple
fine.
times a year.
It was the one time a year.
A
By
good
the way,
John Tier shaved it thin, and I ate about 10 of his sandwiches over the weekend after
yes.
working an event, and it was spectacular. So corned beef is my
I'm
answer.
gonna say corned beef because if I'm imagining it in that regard, done properly, sliced properly.
Marble rye, Reuben with double Swiss.
So I don't
but I'm
go
just saying.
caraway. That's just me though.
It's
You know,
all right.
I'm going. I would even put it on a green bagel for a sandwich if I had to, but that's not what I want.
I don't ever want a green bagel. I'm just
Yeah.
going to be honest.
All right, so green beer versus Guinness. I mean, I'm Guinness.
Guinness all day. In fact, I'm sad I haven't had a Guinness today. I was going to go up to the Knights and grab one on the way up here, but I was late. I love Guinness. I'm not a big beer drinker, but
You have Guinness on draft of the night.
I love Guinness. No. We've got a bunch of the draft cans.
Okay.
With a little widget, turn them upside down. They work all right.
100%.
I had about a dozen Guinness stouts over the weekend.
Bottle.
The bottle, the real Guinness.
So, yeah, I was gonna say
The real
if you-
Guinness in a bottle.
If you go to a bar and then they do they pour that Guinness from the keg.
That's Guinness draft.
That's Guinness draft.
Yes.
And versus Guinness stout in a bottle.
Yes.
What's the main differences of
Bitter,
those two things
sweet.
to you?
Bittersweet versus like just a plain, easy drinking flavor.
The Guinness draft is
The draft is just what goes right down.
It
It's
goes
like
right down.
water.
Okay.
It's like water.
making sure that wasn't just me.
Over in the old world, it's like a 4 point. It's like a 4-point percentage. 4.0. It's nothing. That's why they drink those all day long.
What are we
Just
drinking
whiz
here?
All over the wall. They
5?
made it higher to Americanize it. It's in the 5s. But the stout, I think, is the flavor. It's delicious.
Okay. I mean,
It's Guinness. It's good for you.
I have become because ever since you, me, and T started, ever since T got me hooked on whiskey. Thanks a lot, T. I have really not drank a lot of beer. In fact, I stopped drinking because whiskey is so much better than beer in my opinion.
I love whiskey and I don't love beer, but every now and then,
now beer's a good mix in here and there.
a Guinness with a whiskey. Come on.
Yeah. The Guinness beer card, if you will. I don't know because I can't drink whiskey for all day long, but to be able to pull back on some Guinness bottles, to me, I like that. That it has. I feel like first of all, I feel like they should probably be sponsoring us once a year on St. Patrick's Day when it
Fair.
falls on a Tuesday, which is once every 7 years.
I've got my my Sierra
Your
Nevada.
Sierra Nevada.
Sierra Nevada. I got to get that out.
Nevada or Nevada? I'm not
Nevada?
sure.
I say Nevada. You say
Wait, what was
Nevada?
there was-
Nevada.
It was in Kama
Nevada.
Sumatra, wrapped as Nevada.
Nevada. I say Nevada.
Nevada.
Nevada. Guinness. Stout.
I'm,
Tullamore.
I think that I'm going to probably try to switch to at least like an 80% Irish produced. I like they need to come up with a high noon equivalent at some point here real soon.
I was wondering where you're headed with this.
I just need, because I feel like if Guinness can cover me on the beer
They
side.
don't have soft ass Irish drinking products. You know what I mean, it kind of goes against.
I just want to no. But here's what we do. We Irish. We would call it a seltzer. It's just whiskey in a can. That's the
Ooh.
beauty of Irish being Irish. All right,
Ooh.
so corned beef versus car bomb versus potatoes and cabbage.
They both have similar effect.
Yeah,
Car bomb all day.
car bomb. Corned beef versus Guinness.
We just talked about Guinness for 10 minutes. We didn't talk about corned beef for 10 minutes. Shout out John Tier. Shout out Alec Guinness. No, that was the actor.
Move Guinness to the end.
John Guinness. What was his first name?
By the way,
I just watched the whole goddamn show.
It's. Is it on the bottle?
No.
I'm holding a glass. I don't know what it is. Charles.
There's whiskey and Charles Guinness.
I don't know.
James Guinness.
It's James Guinness. Sounds right. Johnny Guinness.
I said John. I got no love.
The show, by the way, was very, very entertaining. I think there's. When I say that, I want to just be clear. Like, I'm not trying to say every show is great, but some shows, like The Gentleman, perfect example. Yeah. Not a friggin' great show, but crazy entertaining. I was entertained.
It was crazy entertaining right now. Just quick sidebar. Don't let go off on one. The monster. I told you, what's it called? Monsters. It's the king. It's the Godzilla.
What?
Apple.
On Apple.
It's called Monsters World. It's oh my God, I can't pull it the name of it. I just call it Godzilla and King Kong. Season 1 was Godzilla. Season 2 is King Kong. It is awesome.
Like legit.
It's just entertaining.
What's it called?
Something about monsters.
It seems important.
Something about monsters.
The information seems superfluous at the time.
There's monsters, but there's Godzilla and King Kong. Now the King Kong season is week by week. I can't watch the whole season because we're caught up. So it's Apple TV.
All right.
Monarch.
Okay.
Something of monsters.
Okay.
All right. So car bomb versus Guinness.
Guinness.
Well, here's the deal. I'm going to go against you because the one thing about the car bomb, it has Guinness in it. It also has whiskey in it. And man, do I love Bailey's.
I don't I'll change my answer.
Kurt Russell, yes, and Kurt Russell's son, and they're each other's. And they play it's great, entertaining.
I'll change my answer because of all of it.
Car bomb, it is, and I like Guinness all year long, and I don't do a shit ton of car bombs all year long.
When you go, the good thing about because it's like this is like the second place amateur night. Like there's like New Year's Eve, and then there's St. Patrick's Day. And that's when everyone is. It's like I'm almost inclined not to go out those nights just because, like, come on. But the good thing about going to a bar on St. Patrick's Day, which I don't recommend, is when you order the round of Irish car bombs. Unless you're at like a place where that's like really trying to whatever. You're getting a white plastic cup with like 3/4 full, and they're dropping it in. It's not going to crush you to do 4 or 5 of them,
no.
The way that as you should properly do.
Yeah, of course.
But I don't need a pint glass of Guinness with
I'll take it wherever I can get it. And I love drinking out of a glass.
By the way, I love
my
the baby
number one
Guinness
thing
shots.
to drink out of is a glass.
I love I
have to drink out of a glass.
The baby Guinness shots.
Those are delicious, but they're so sweet.
What is it's Bailey's? Is it just Bailey's and whiskey?
No, it's a super something sweet that you cake the top with. It's called it's not amaretto. It's not Irish. It just looks like a Guinness. It's got 175 grams of sugar per 2 ounces. It's called hangover diarrhea. They're not great. Yes. They look cool.
Okay,
they look cool.
All right.
Legacy of Monsters. Thank you.
Legacy of Monsters. Who would you rather draft? Here's the football one. First vote from board. Blah blah blah. All right. One versus the other. By the way, this is it. Sorry, it's so small, everybody. I was talking about the message from Greg. Arvell Reese versus Sonny Styles. Today, I'm Sonny, and I'm doing it for NES Tecmo, who I hope is still on the board.
I think I'm Arvell.
Yeah,
I'm. By the way,
I don't even know. I thought that getting Arvell like 6 months ago.
That's so.
I thought Arvell Reese had claims to be.
It's going to change again 3 times before it's over. But
I'll let the board break that tie.
But that's a very tough question. That's impossible to answer because I want both of them.
It's Kahlua it's Kahlua.
Yes, it's Kahlua.
It's Kahlua with the top of what?
I've layered it. It's Kahlua with the top of Bailey's. It's diabetes, Irish diabetes. With a little bit of Mexican.
It's so delicious.
Mexican Irish diabetes.
So you're not necessarily like a tough guy, big shot. If you're like, another round of baby Guinness is for me and my friends.
No.
Like, I'll get the next bottle of Kahlua, sir.
Yes.
It's been sitting out for a couple of days since last St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, Sonny Styles gets the win from my boy NES, who's
fair.
stuck around.
Hey, there's no loser in this game. There's no
house.
loser in that question.
Where are we at? Number 2 is Francis Magoa versus Carnell Tate, which I love as a matchup. I understand what the answer needs to be. I do. But if you told me that we brought in the top offensive lineman in the draft.
This is the easiest question of the day.
It's Carnell.
Stop.
It's Carnell Tate.
Stop overdrafting tackle. Come on, man. Back in the day, that was cool, but no mas.
By the way, you know what? God, I'm so tempted. By the way, you're the one who turned me off of Tate
later.
You turned me off of Carnell Tate.
No. I just didn't want a receiver then. This is now.
Okay, all right.
Carnell Tate over a tackle.
All right. The next one is going to be David Bailey versus Ruben Bain.
This is impossible.
Now, I'll ask you this, and I'm interested in I'm looking for information that will shape my opinion.
No, don't ask
answer.
me. I forget which one of these two has the short arms.
Is it possible that Ruben Bain is better for our 3-4 end than David Bailey is for our outside linebacker?
I don't know.
Okay. They don't call him the best color band in the business for nothing,
when
folks.
you said you're going to ask me that question, I encourage you not to for this reason. But you did, and I gave you the answer that I had previous. Yes.
So I don't know either. We've done this a number of times since 2015/16, which is new coaching staff, new scheme. How do you draft for your new scheme? And I've been like, we should if you're gonna have a strong front office, which we are trying to establish, then you decide like what's the way we're gonna do it organizationally, and you bring in coaching and personnel that fits like a way that can be sustained for more than 1 or 2 seasons at a time. That's like the death knell for these franchises now. The changing in the coaching is one thing, but if you don't have a strong front office that says we're bringing in a coach, we've been running 3-4 for the last 3 years. That's who we've drafted. That's who we've signed in free agency. We're going to keep doing that at least for the while we go. That's our way of doing it. Like the Ravens had a way of doing it. The Patriots had a way of doing it. We need to have a way of doing it. And so if we're going to decide that our defensive front of 3 is going to be like Newtons and Paynes and Dietrich Wises, Kinlaws, Ruben Bain to me fits in to that room.
Okay.
All right.
I say Ruben Bain so we can move on to the next question. Because I know nothing about these two's differentials besides
he's an animal.
I know, but I don't.
He's not who
I feel
I
like
wanted
we're
to
only
draft.
going to get one of them. They were great in college football.
Yeah.
I don't know which one I prefer, so I was going to say whichever.
It comes down like a guy like at number 7 overall. You just want to be drafting the best talent you can possibly.
I agree.
Who could start on your team?
I agree.
And both of these guys accomplished that.
I said any one of the 5.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of.
What's the next one? Downs versus. This is another one. Monsoor Delane. I hope this. I'll let you go first.
One of my favorite players in this draft is Caleb Downs. Has been one of my favorite. I didn't watch a ton of college football last year, but when I did, it was because he was on. Because I think he's a brilliant IQ'd human being who can play all 3 levels, who is mentally steps ahead of any other rookie we could ever have, and multiple people in our room right now at his position. I love him. I'm not going to get away from that. I'm not going to let some weird injury report that's a possible future ACL deter me. Monsoor Delane, stud. Just saying, Caleb Downs is a guy that I've had I would be tickled to death.
100% agree. Won't repeat any of that. All I will add to that is that we're gonna if we have the privilege of drafting him in the first round, which I will celebrate. If Caleb Downs is playing for us next year, I will celebrate. Trust me. I'm not just because I'm wearing this shirt. It has more to do with family than players. Although they both, my son and Jeremiah, both live in the same dorm. Whatever. That's not what we came here to talk about. I think that Caleb Downs has the thing. So he will. I think he has the ability to do what you would never ask someone to do. Which you should never ask someone to do, which is the hardest thing to do, which is to be a top 10 draft pick for Washington at safety and have to wear that Sean Taylor, thought process. I mean, it's inescapable. It's inescapable. So here's what I'll say about Caleb Downs being a first round safety draft pick for us. It's inescapable. I'm looking at Sean Taylor's number right there. I mean, it's inescapable in our community to be drafted at number 7 at safety and play for us at safety. So here's what I'll say about Caleb Downs. What he does on the defensive side of the ball is so much rooted in his knowledge of the game and his understanding of what the other team is trying to do, not just in general, but in that exact second.
Oh, I know.
So that's what Sean Taylor had. Now, Sean Taylor came with a different package, and you're not going to be able to match that with Caleb Downs. But what you can get with Caleb Downs is the notion that Greg Williams, as the defensive coordinator for Sean Taylor, and when he came into this league, would always talk about it. And he would say, hey, listen, this is the play we're called. And time again, this guy, number 36 at the time, he ends up where the ball is going. He ends up there at the same time. He ends up there before, he ends up just after. That is not anything that has to do with being 6 whatever, 200 whatever. That is a different thing. And that is the thing that Caleb Downs has. And if you can get that at number 7, you will be celebrating.
I know.
I
was with you. We were together on that. We love the guy. We got to do another one.
What is it? Where are we at? Styles versus Tate. God darn it. That makes it so much easier for me. Styles there.
That's Sonny all day.
Yeah, Sonny and Bain versus Downs. I almost cried just now, so I have to go that Caleb way, but I understand the Ruben. I'm not, by the way, the weird thing about Ruben Bain psychologically in this draft is it's Bailey, Reese, and Styles. And then you have Bain. But I don't think Bain is like that less talented than those guys. It's so weird. It's like this weird psychology in the first round that you feel like if you didn't get one of the top 3, then this is like Russian roulette. I don't know. You got to like find a bottle.
Those bottles are done. That's like those little leprechauns are no longer with us.
We'll throw that in there.
Hey, I'm gonna stick with Caleb because of what I just said as well. Too. But I certainly would love to have Baines. This is
These
not
guys
against
are all
Baines.
good. And by the way, he will play for us.
And here's the cool thing: we on defense we have at the edge position we have one guy that's not on a 1-year deal, and in the safety room we have Nick Cross on a 2-year deal, who already had to answer all the Sean Taylor questions today in the media and yesterday. But we only have one guy on a 2-year deal. Everyone else is on a 1-year deal. I mean, we got a lot of ones out there, both those spots. So that ain't going to hurt either way.
That's right. I think that I don't know what Greg Martin is saying.
It's Sonny Styles versus Caleb Downs.
Well, no, he said Ken. I don't know if he's asking me to stop or if he's asking me, but he doesn't agree with me. But we're agreement on Styles. We're agreement on Downs. So does that mean it's
Styles versus
Downs? I'll let you go first.
Sonny Styles. And I love Downs. I absolutely adore him.
Sonny Styles.
Sonny Styles is built for this defense. He really is, just like Downs is. But Sonny Styles, he's a little more twitched. And if we want speed, I want it to be right there. Downs ain't going to be your 2-deep guy playing at 30 yards of depth. He can. He absolutely can. But he's a box guy. He's a cover guy.
Yep.
He can run with. He can do anything for you.
And as good as he is,
but Sonny Styles can come off that edge in that heavy nickel package.
At any time, as good as he can be, as good as he is and as good as he can be, he will be better. A draft pick of Sonny Styles is a crazy investment in Odafe Oweh, because you're basically saying we gave you $96 million, a $96 million deal to come in here as a premier pass rusher, and here's what we're going to do for you. We're going to give you Payne in the middle. We're going and a defensive end or two, a Newton or a Wise or a Kinlaw that's going to dominate interior offensive linemen's shoulders. But at the same time, we're also going to make them have to choose on a play-by-play basis. Are they going to go after our hot-to-trot 27-year-old premier pass rusher, or are they going to go after our hot-to-trot 21-year-old premier pass rusher?
He's a young buck.
He's a young buck. Mm-hmm. So that's crazy. That is a crazy. I love Caleb Downs, but I don't think you impact your defense more than by adding Sonny Styles over Caleb Downs.
Yeah, two superstars. Those are all fun questions there, because that's what we have to talk about. I've avoided some of these conversations in my own head because I'm like, all right, the defensive stuff, man.
Yeah.
I'll get to it when I get to it. And because I don't want to be talking about it with everyone, because everything's going to change, but this is cool. This is a cool way to do it.
Greg also on purpose did the Didn't put love in any of the questions, which he knew,
fine.
which I appreciate.
We've talked about love.
Exactly.
Everyone knows where we stand. I've said it. He's
one more time in terms of ahead of the 1 hour mark on the show. We appreciate everyone hanging out with us on a Tuesday night. We're gonna keep hanging out for a little bit longer, but this was our haul. We addressed edge rusher meaningfully with a sub $100 million deal. Think about this: in a year with the league. Sorry, let me go back to this because we used to do this. Me, you, and T. We'd be like, in a year. And the NFL gave everybody $30 million extra. Not just like, it's just like, here's an extra $30 million. Have fun. In a year when the NFL gave every team $30 million extra. And the Washington organization was already one of the top teams with all the cash. So we got $30 million on top of that. And you say, our top signing, our number one signing, the guy that we're talking about as being the impact addition, sub $100 million. We paid people over $100 million in the freaking 2000s, 20 years ago. $100 million we brought guys in the year 2000. That's crazy.
Can't stop it.
And we brought in a premier pass rusher for under $100 million. Dan Snyder was dying to give people $100 million. And we didn't even do it this offseason. I am very, very, very satisfied. I'm not going to. I remember being excited by making Adam Archuleta and Jennifer Walcott, his wife, who was a Playboy Playmate, the highest paid safety and wife tandem in the National Football League. I remember those days. I remember this Stubblefield day. I remember all of it. I remember everything of all of it. And none of that is present in this haul. And again, this is like, grade me. This is Adam Peters saying, grade me. These guys are going to be, these are guys who are going to be frontline dudes right away.
He's just following the game plan here. And the game plan has the next 8 signings, AAV, in between $7 and $11 million. 7 and 11. We got 8 guys between 7 and 11
left.
AAV. No, those are the next 8.
That's right.
After OA. And his AAV is 24 a year. Yep. And I know AAV is a weird way, but it shows them how they're valued to each other. Yes.
It's what it costs to get these guys.
And exactly. And of those freaking 9 deals, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them are multi-year with 2 2s, 3 3s, and a 4-piece. So this is how you build a team with we know it's coming in a couple years. We don't talk about that contract, but in the meantime, we can keep stacking spots. And this new defense, this attacking style, I think it's going to be so much fun for us to all watch as fans. It's going to be incredible. Sure. I know Minnesota was 5th in sacks last year, but they only had 7 more than us. It's not just about sacks. It's about effing with that QB. And so many times the other team's QB has been so comfortable against the Burgundy and Gold. We've watched a guy come in and it was 7-on-7 or just handing it off. But we're going to put guys in a pickle moving forward, and there's going to be way more excitement on the defensive end, and that's what I'm pumped about because of these 9 contracts that we're talking about, of which the top 7, 6 of the top 9 are defenders.
By the way, the thing about I was trying. I appreciate you helping me out. I was trying to pull this up. The nail in the coffin, so to speak, in the conversation with regard to just getting the first half score.
Car bombs.
With regard to car bombs, here's the guys who we let's see. I can do this. By the way, this is on-air graphic production. The whole entire country of Paraguay is.
If this is that big dude sitting on the end of the bed, I'm going to be pissed.
No, this is just for everybody. I just want everyone else to see this because I think this is kind of like the last thing that matters in terms of, there you go. So those are the guys we relinquished, so to speak. Tyler Biadasz, center. He got $30 million from somebody. All right, that's pretty good. Jake Martin, who, by the way, played for the Bears in the Hail Mary game. Not a lot of people remember that. And he hit Jaden Daniels pretty hard, which I forgive him for, but guaranteed 0. Tyler Biotis was guaranteed 10 and a quarter $1 million, which I believe is
Rodriguez guaranteed 5, and we got Rashard. Dude,
6.2.
I can't see that far.
That's all on the right. So he's getting his average annual value is 5 a year.
Got it.
They gave him 6.2. I mean, they were talking about this.
Guaranteed Rodriguez 6.2.
Yeah. Noah
1.7 for Rashard White. Are you crazy?
Yeah. This makes Philadelphia getting Jonathan Jones. None of this really matters. But I tell you what, the one thing that is worth mentioning and worth us talking about as fans of a team in which we love, beloved, Josh Johnson. Now, he was on our team twice. He was on our team once in 2018, I think, something like that, right?
He was a Redskin.
He was a Redskin. And then he was a Commander.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately for us, he has now played for another franchise for the third time.
The
Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
So while I applaud the Bengals and I look forward to his performance this summer.
It's a weird deal.
But now we're competing with the Bengals. Now we have to re-sign him at some point. Like at 2030-ish, he will be a great starter for us.
Right before we head back to the stadium?
Right before we head back to the stadium. Or week 1 starter. He would be also a great week 1 starter. All right, I appreciate everybody giving us the time and energy on a Tuesday night to talk about free agency for the Washington Commanders. The haul is good.
Igbo back to Seattle. Yeah, I saw that. Sorry. The haul was beautiful.
Igbenogany, who I love, by the way. Igbenogany. Yeah, you said it right.
He's
going back to
Seattle.
To Seattle.
Yeah,
he's a pro. He's a guy that some guys are sitting in a basement somewhere in Seattle and they're talking about like this guy. He hits hard. He's physical. He does all. He's not just a warm body.
And the other guy's like, but he didn't get a ton of snaps on the shittiest defense on the East Coast, and I don't know why he didn't. But when he did, he was knocking heads. I like him. He's tough as shit.
As a result of this, Kevin, we will not be in receipt of any compensatory picks. I haven't seen any compensatory picks coming our way.
Because we cut Biotish.
No one wants our shit. No one wanted any of our refuse, and certainly not at the level to which we replaced them. So we'll come back. Right now, we have $170 million of cap space next year. That will change. Everything will move around. But we are projected to be, again, one of the biggest players in free agency next year. And that is okay for us to say now on the heels of the heart of free agency from 2026. We're talking about the close of that, and we can look forward to next year when we have the cap space and how we're going to spend it. I haven't done all the deep dive yet. I know some of the players are going to be coming up, some of the teams but
we haven't even done this draft yet. So take it easy on the double drive.
The next
double dive.
Next year's free agency class is going to be a big one for us.
It's true.
Because every year that we get closer to the opening of the new stadium, I believe, whether for right or wrong, there will be just a little heavier emphasis on how we're building this team. Because we want to come in because you're capable of coming in. If you have the quarterback and you have some of these other pieces, you're capable of building a consistent winner. Over the next 3 or 4 seasons, these guys have got to sell season tickets to a new stadium in Washington, D.C., which sounds easy, but guess what? No,
there's 4 seasons.
It's $4. It's $4 gas out there right now.
This draft class, except for the first pick, will not make it there unless they get a second contract. We got some time.
We got time. What about how about this? Let's talk about J-Dubs. He raises an interesting point, and he's here every week, and we deserve to give just a touch on the center position. We created a problem that we did not solve necessarily, but I believe that we'll learn some more about this. This situation just does not make any sense.
Has Chris Paul ever tried a little center?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know, but like there's no way, like with all the money that we have and the space that we have, like there's no way you wouldn't have Biotish back for $10 million. Like the only reason why you would cut him is if you really thought that you were going to be paying that Linderbaum, because we offered Linderbaum the most money.
But I don't think you can't make that risk. You can't just cut your all-pro center in the hopes that you get the best center. This was Biotish related. So whether it was performance, he seems like a super good citizen.
He netted more money. He netted more money financially for his family doing this.
Yes.
But so I believe that this might have been, this is just one man's 2 cents. I believe this is a scenario where a player and his representation agent said, "Hey, listen, here's the deal. We got if you guys want us for X amount of dollars for the next whatever, great. But if not, we have got to be on the market this offseason, and we'll be willing to create problems to make that happen." And I think that the Redskins or Commanders organization probably said, "Hey, listen, at the end of the day, for $10 million or whatever, $8 million, we probably were willing to go the Allegretti route and still think we had a chance."
If he was good enough, there wouldn't have been this conversation. If he was good enough, they would have said, "Shut the fuck up, he's our center. Deal with this shit later."
If he was good enough,
if they thought.
Yeah,
so obviously there's some type of performance-related scenario. It is a different offense. He's not going to be pulling to the short side of the field on halfback toss. He's not going to be running tunnel screen, and he was athletic enough to get up into the alley and do shit on the edges, and that guy was an awesome puller, an awesome athlete, but I don't know if we're doing a shit ton of that.
No,
I don't know. I'm not saying I know about all the offensive line play.
Second level good last year.
I am just sitting here suggesting that Allegretti is more of a straight ahead mauler, and Biotish is more of a quick cat athlete. And
hey, if you're
some offenses need that quick cat.
If you're going to line up, there is a financial consideration here. We saw what that financial consideration is. We would have had to have made 2 offensive linemen the highest paid at their position in the history of the league if we would have got Linderbaum. So that's what it would. That's what it took. That's what it would have taken to do that.
We've agreed that's where you spend the cash. So I wouldn't have had any problem with it.
That's right. Me neither. So but you don't do that, and so then you say, okay, here, what we need someone who can hike the ball, as you like to say.
I don't like to say that. Ken
In
says
the most professional way possible, and then block. Like, we're not looking for somebody to be Spider-Man at center. When you're under center, you're looking for you. You know what? Who am I talking to?
We're Spider-Maning. What are we doing?
You're one of the greatest centers that I've ever been friends with. You understand? You get to touch the ball on every play, every single play.
It's fair. You do get to do that. While someone else is touching yours, especially in this new offense.
Allegretti.
Maybe Biotish had a little issue with that. He was like, "Wait, they're going under center? Oh no, we're not."
Is it possible that the center position has the centers that we've talked about on the show, which has been the guys that you and T have always been like, Ken, enough. The Ryan Kellys, the
Frank Ragnow's, the old school
Ungers, the Alex
Linderbaums,
the Linderbaums, all these guys who come in and they're first round center talents. Not every year is I don't know that there's a center in the first round this year. I don't believe that there is.
There typically isn't.
But when there is, you consider it.
Not at
number 7.
You get a little red in the cheeks.
We're 1 pick away from Ryan Kelly a couple years ago. 1 pick away.
Both hands in your pockets, and it starts to get.
You don't trade up for the center. Let's just say that. If he falls to you, great.
I love having a great center. That's a super luxury.
But I also think that an under center offense, because the whole sport is like trending toward this shotgun offense, right? So that it's a different skill set, and maybe it is a different blocking skill set. But in a traditional offense of under center, that guy is more offensive lineman than he is anything else. And Allegretti is an offensive lineman,
like as opposed to what's the anything else?
I don't know.
Slot receiver, fullback. Move tight end.
We're in overtime. All right. Maybe slot receiver. Well, I mean, Trent Scott, obviously, he has multiple responsibilities in the offense.
I'm just saying this. There's very few teams that pay for their center. Everyone likes to use that spot because there is some protection for the brainiacs, the guys that can get you into the right sets, the right calls, the guys that are the warriors. And I'm not saying you, like he says, flashbacks of Nick Gates will be fine at center. No. Mm-hmm. But I thought that Biotish would have been fine at center. I mean, for $10 million, you got to feel that way. So that's the question.
What if Brandon Coleman can play center?
That Brandon Coleman, like, I just want to, if I could just talk, if I could have a couple questions, that's what it would be. As a fan, like, it's really chapping my ass. Like, what's Brandon Coleman's problem?
I think you should be center, Brandon.
On the
Coleman.
best team we've had, the third most wins in franchise history, he was our left tackle at a franchise that prides themselves on offensive line play and has had a gajillion offensive tackles that we adore. He was our guy. Now he's a backup nerd on the shittiest 5-12 team that we've had ever. What are we doing? What
They're
happened?
not even active.
Can someone talk to him? Can we get like a guidance counselor?
Like, where's 74?
Is there some holy water? Is there a curse that needs to be broken? Do we have something that we can do to make it right? Because we love him. 325, 30 pounds, 6'4" and some change, dancing bear shit. Can we do something with this cat?
Yep. I just
man.
I want to be strong up the middle, and if you can get a great center, get one.
I know, but who said we were going to be strong up the middle? Ron Rivera. And who was never strong up the middle? Fucking Ron Rivera. Turd. He wasn't strong in first round draft choices either.
Was great.
Good man though. Nice guy to go to church and have lunch afterwards with, or brunch.
Sam Howell was up the middle, and I love me some Sammy.
Yeah, well, now he's a cowboy. How do you feel about it? How do you like him now?
Liking it at all.
Yeah.
He's dead to me. Basically, he's dead to me.
He's been a cowboy and eagle in his skin.
But basically who he is, he's Babe Laufenberg Part 2.
Was Babe an eagle for 1 year?
Maybe.
I think he might have been.
But he called Dallas games as a broadcaster.
Yeah, I think he still does.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he? He had a huge personality. All right, well, we I don't know.
We did it.
How about this? Two things. We are going to draft a center with one of our 6 picks.
I hope so.
I
like to think that we would invest in the spot.
I also I'm hanging these Irish ones out there. We are going to draft Cade Klubnik late in the draft, and we're going to develop a quarterback. If it's not Cade Klubnik, we will find
from
Clemson. We will draft a quarterback to be the number 3 guy, I think. I don't know why we wouldn't.
So Sam Hartman will just go to full-time entourage?
Dude, bro.
Remember?
He is
full-time entourage?
He is part of the calendar and events team.
When we draft, by the way, I do think if we draft Cade Klubnik or anyone for that matter at quarterback in the draft, I think he gets a call first. They'll be like, hey, Sam, here's the deal. Don't worry, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're gonna get your $1 million.
Nowhere near as handsome as you are. Your role on this franchise.
We got you. We got you. Whether you like, listen, you weren't suiting up anyways. We got you. Is he? But here's the thing: are you an entourage guy?
No. Ish.
Who is he? Is he turtle drama or okay? All right. He's not E.
This is a quarterback we're talking about, not a bunch of fat nerds by a pool who wrote shit.
But
yeah, sorry,
but he still
you can't just talk about Cade Klubnik and the chunky
I'm talking
little.
about Sam Hartman.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Anyways,
because he goes.
You know not to ask me questions like that.
He goes full-time entourage style after this year, I think.
Fine. Also, we draft a quarterback and develop a quarterback within the framework of the Blau offense, starting
Jones.
now. And I'm not saying Cade Klubnik is that guy, but I like him as a third string developing guy. I'm not saying I want him to be the starter, but as a third guy, I think we have to have a rookie. We have to have someone that can, Andy Reid style. He always loved to get a late round quarterback, develop him. Nate Sudfeld, I think, was our 209th pick. We have a 209th pick. If I'm right about 209th pick and Nate Sudfeld, then you should give me one of those dum-dums that you got hidden. The mystery flavor that they always hide before I get here.
I do hide it. We were up. We were down last week. The Blau Jones average was down for the first week ever last week, but we're back up. We're back up.
How did it go down? Did you see the surplus of talent?
I don't know.
That entered the city limits.
We talked about it. I went back and I looked at it and I said,
it
was up for 5 consecutive weeks, and then it was down for a week. And it's up. It's up right now, but it's like basically flat. But it's essentially up.
Bro, they got Nick Cross out there on the internet holding a Washington Catholic Athletic Conference championship trophy from 2016 in a Redskins knit cap.
It's up.
That's out there. That's real shit. So that sends the Blau Jones average straight up.
It reminds me in many ways of I was in the library my sophomore year, and I was in line. I was like trying to I had to get some books, and so. And sure enough,
you taught Durante Jones the Dewey Decimal System. I've heard it once. I've heard it 1,000 times.
Durante, like seriously, what's the deal? Like, how many books are you getting today? And he's like, man, it's all. I have a, I'm thinking about, maybe majoring because it made Mac Pro. Apparently we majored in stuff.
We have the 187th though, Greg. We have the 187th pick. That's what it was.
Sudfeld is 187.
When we do have the 187th this year for a backup quarterback. There we go.
Cade Klubnik.
After we beat the Raiders that year, Sudfeld played golf with us, and he went and got all the balls and then left on the turn. I think he thought we were overindulging. Anyways, nice guy for half a round.
Fast forward to the end of the story.
Yeah.
Durante put all the books on his card,
Oh,
and I did return them. Like he put a lot of faith in me that I was going to return the books.
You saying he owes you some cash?
Well, I'm just saying it's just a classic
McNamara bucks.
Classic Ken and Durante Jones story. In the library, but with Java was behind the bar.
Best friend.
We're going to be back in 7 days. And I'll tell you what is happening between now and then. We're 1 week closer to the NFL draft. We are 1 week farther in to the Brandon Ayuk versus San Francisco 49ers front office situation. Is Ayuk to the Redskins that much of a foregone conclusion? Is it that much? Are we just waiting for them to say he's no longer a 49er and are we the only team that could possibly, I mean, or I say, does the whole league believe that we are going to get him so much that they're trade something for?
But that guy just lost a shit ton of money. If someone gives him a shit ton of money, that will talk. But they're scared shitless to give a guy that just did this a shit ton of money. His personal receiver coach, TJ Husmanzada, just came out and said, you got to be crazy to give him a shit ton of money.
By the way, I also think TJ Husmanzada is in on the play.
I know he is.
Because they're all trying to get to DC.
I'm just saying.
Ayuk wants to play with Jay Daniels so bad. And
his other BFF, Rashad, like, bro,
yes.
He wants to be here. He's going to be here. They're going to make it difficult as shit. They're going to try and make us pay the Piper. We're not paying the Piper.
Like, hey, the Piper.
Yeah.
What can you pay us anything?
No.
We're like, no.
You guys are just going to be like assholes. Keep it up.
Not ever. We're not taking that contract. Why in the God's name would anyone? That's the beauty. That's the best part. Like for the team that has Jaden Daniels, for the team that we think that Brandon Ayuk is trying to find his way to, we have to be the most comfortable group in the history of free agency negotiations because there is nowhere else where he would rather be, and there is nowhere else that has the money to pay him for that 1 year deal that he wants so that he can cash in next season. I mean, this is like the perfect, and there's no one's going to pay him that contract. No one in the world is going to trade for Brandon Ayuk for the first $120 million contract.
Adam Peters is lying in a hammock thinking about this, smiling while he's sleeping. That smiley, gummy ass, fucking unbelievable grin.
Who's dumb enough to take that contract?
There's no chance. That's not even. But the idea of them being dicks, that there's a chance.
Someone does though.
There's a chance that it's going to take. There's going to chance it's going to take a minute before Ayuk gets freed. Free Ayuk, for God's sake.
Free Ayuk. By the way, just so we're clear, let's see. I don't know if I can put it on the screen, but I will. He is due in 2026 a grand total of $14.5 million cap hit.
Yeah.
41 in 27,
Oof.
43 in 28. So you got yourself a restructure scenario. It is a poison riddled contract.
But just think of this real quick. Who's the hardest offensive coordinator known on the receivers by far and away? Kyle effing Shanahan. He's brutal. He makes them learn the route tree that they're expected. The blocking.
The blocking is number one.
Is number one
number
for
two.
them. It's their thing. If you block some more, we will get you the rock every now and then. And he is great at it.
Yep.
He's a goddamn great football
big
player. If it's all right between those temples and they can do enough research to figure that out, he would be a huge addition that we cannot count on as a starter. But we can sit here and debate how much of an upside he has because he's got a shit ton of it.
If anything, I would take him on a team-friendly, incentive-laden deal for multiple years. If that's what it took.
Incentive-laden is the But there's going to be. I think we're going to have to give him 8 to 10
because he wants to play with his friend, and he believes that his friend can make him money. But he's still going to be in the next 3 years. You're talking about a player who's going to leave his 20s and enter his 30s. So that is the end of the quote unquote prime. I argued earlier in the show that Terry McLaurin was a guy who could show up and get you numbers as many years as you'll have them. Like I'm not willing to say that about Ayuk at this point in time.
No, but he'd have a huge upside for a guy that we could get slightly on the cheap specifically on the Prove It and definitely a 1 year. Correct? I mean,
Heroes in a half shell. Now that's for you got a Heroes in a half shell. I think that's for you.
I mean, I'll take it on St. Patrick's. I
Yeah.
can't be wearing this on like, you know.
Mine's more of a fighting. Like
I'll wear this on March 23rd. Are you thinking you're not nipply at all?
No.
Those shirts usually nipple me up.
Yep. Well, could be. I mean, it depends. I got to change it to 1080, but we'll get there.
The cool thing about this is it's a onesie. So, you know,
Snaps on the bottom.
Just drink that all in.
Yep. He's not wearing anything below the table. It's crazy.
Well, I'm on the half shell.
Oh, well, by the way, EO is changing between, he's going between top heavy and EO. I mean, he's oh, there he is. Okay, I got you. He's moving around. This guy is, by the way, EO, where are you camping next? Let everyone know where you're camping next. We'll go out on that. I want to know where EO is camping next. Everybody check out EO's YouTube feed on that. Make sure they know where to find you, because I think that's cool. Cavatello. I don't know what that is, but
That's my Ninja Turtle name, Ken.
Oh, Cavatello. Yeah,
I mean, dude, come on.
I thought he was. That sounds like a campsite. I thought that's. I thought he was
Bro.
answering. It was fast. Cavatello. I should have known.
Cowabunga, dude.
Cowabunga, dude. All right. Well, this guy shows up at cool campsites all over the western part of the United States, and Big Sur next week.
There you go.
There it is. All right, where can
like
they where can they see it? Where can they watch it? Where can they know it? Big Sur next week. Throw that out there. We'll put that. We'll give a little pub. I want to make sure people look. I mean, not that we obviously he writes all our music. It does sound like Cavatello is a great pizza joint. By the way, it's where you want to order your pizza from.
Listen, my Irish, my Sicilian, and my turtle head are all being combined into one log jam.
Into one log jam.
T would say we went 1 minute too long.
We did.
So
We
did
did.
GH.
We're going to get you the information on EO's camping reviews. You never know. He might show up to a campsite without tent poles. It happens. The best of us. Kevin Ricca.
1 minute and 30 seconds. But happy St. Patty's, guys. Thanks for joining us. Awesome hanging out and talking about a shit ton of talent in the burgundy and gold.
Yeah.
This makes a difference.
We got better.
Yeah.
Younger, better,
Yeah.
faster, longer, more physical. I mean, that's not
explosive.
It's crazy that we celebrate that.
Yes.
When you're the oldest
Yes.
team in the
Yes.
league, you didn't do some of those things last offseason.
We like experience, but it needs a healthy mix of youth. And we took 42 years off the top. And what are we ranked now still, Ken?
I thought
we
I
were the
saw us
oldest.
were
We
third
were the oldest. We
oldest.
took 42 years off the defense.
I think we're
and another 15
27
off the offense. And we're still.
I think we're 27.5 years old.
We still have old ones, but that's all right.
Yeah.
We'd like to have some experience. There's a healthy mix. So.
We have there's a couple players, Nick Ballore, Tressway, Tyler Ott. These guys are Mariota. These guys are going to raise the age, but
Yeah.
they do their job, and we don't want to count. You know, they're not
Van
playing
Wilder, Jefferson.
Exactly, Van
Well
Wilder
done
Jefferson.
tonight.
But so I would say, like, if we created a starting 22 in all XXII scenario where that age, I think we'll go, maybe that's my job to say what our all 22 average age was at the beginning of last year on week 1.
Do it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
No.
All
We can both do
22.
it. We'll do
No,
our
no,
math.
all 22.
Hmm.
Just the average age of our 22 starters from last.
Yeah, but we don't have 22 starters. We have 26 starters. I have 13 on either side of the ball.
That's
You
fine.
have to consider the third
Well,
wide
then
receiver
do it the
starter,
same way for last
the
year.
second tight end a starter, the second running back a starter. That's why there's 3 extra.
Then do that for last year.
Formationally, I would love to.
Because I do think we are trending, and I think the draft should
Well, it will
push us there.
It would be awesome when it does, because it might push a couple of these old turds out of the end of the sphincter. I think that word happened.
We do.
Yeah.
I think we need to find a place where, like, I think if we had a First Amendment Sports camp out broadcast Tuesday, it has to be. We have conditions. It can't be tents.
So, stranger danger. Stranger danger.
It has to be at least an air conditioned or heated cabin.
So glamping.
Oh yeah, 100% glamping.
Tuesday night glamping. Who's in?
No. No, it's glamping all day.
Bring your onesie.
But it's hosted by EO. He sets the whole thing up. He's in charge of food. His campsite meals are insanely good.
I imagine that.
Yeah. So
that I'm not doubtful. The branding of Tuesday night and EO's amazing trip to Big Sur. I don't know if that's the crossover that we're looking
like
for.
when Family Matters crossed over with Full House and like Urkel and DJ Tanner were face to face. I don't even know if that happened, but it sounds like it did.
I don't know either.
It should have at some point.
Everyone has their opinion.
Everyone has their opinion. I love you guys. We'll talk again in 7 days. Thank God it's Tuesday. We're still live.
Happy St. Patty's.
Let's put on a little St. Patrick's Day serenade.
You better make it nice after that big I love you dropped at the end.
We're still live. And I do love you guys.
That's fair, but
First Amendment sports can
still live.
I'm going to keep my hands above the table when I say it. Impossible not to do that. Impossible not to do it.
It's Tuesday. Thank God it's Tuesday. Here on First Amendment Sports.